Okay, good afternoon, and welcome to Bucks County Curling Club, the K&J Ice Shed.
Oh, hold on. It's on a delay, though.
Well, yeah, it's definitely on a delay. It's always been on. But is it at least
We're here for the 3 o'clock draw of the C event between Julie Jedlowski and...
We're good.
All right, so apparently we have audio now. All right, fantastic. That's fabulous. And we are going to be watching our broadcast. So feel free to chime in.
I got that one, not that one. No. I got it.
And welcome to the booth to my partner here, Chris Mahoney. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
I am super fantastic.
And we're off.
It looks like Ardsley is throwing the red stones, giving Bucks County the hammer.
Is each one of these draws a C event game? I believe so.
Yes, they are, Chris. Looking to see an event all the way across. That does put you in a lose-you-go-home situation.
Which is bad both for you and for your liver.
We would know all about that.
First Bucks rock is away. Looks like they're trying to put it on the side of the house there. Sweepers are having a go, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good there. Top house, about T-line. Nice shot.
So it's a very crowded warm room here at Bucks right now.
Yeah, it's relatively lively. The last draw that just got off is currently at the broom stacking table.
And we have a lot of folks who have driven up from other clubs. I see some members of Chesapeake Curling Club driving up here. Julie T. Everybody knows Crazy Fun Julie from Chesapeake. We see some significant others that have made the trek up to see their ladies play. And Amy, if you could give us a little feedback on the sound level that we have here, that would be fantastic.
Well, it looks like Ardsley's going to opt to draw under their own corner guard.
Feel pretty satisfied with the weight here.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to make sure that it gets by the guard.
And it does not look like that's going to happen.
No. All right. Well, I would presume Bucks is going to Draw one into the forefoot. All right.
So here we have second Pat O'Donnell.
All set up for the St. Patrick's holiday.
Yeah, she is definitely going to be all Irished up. And she'll probably continue that this evening.
I believe her brother is also in the course of getting all Irished up, but in a different fashion.
That was our partner from last evening, Many Beers O'Donnell.
Well, and that's a fine shot by Pat O'Donnell.
Yeah, not exactly the called shot, but a great outcome. So it is Buck sitting 2. And Ardsley looking to do a little bit of removal here. Calling for the out turn hit.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of these inside out hits as opposed to outside in just because it's so swingy. I think the skips are scared or nervous that the upweight shots will still curl too much.
That's definitely the case. Now this one's coming and it is already starting to overcurl. They go really hard to try to get a piece.
They're going to get a piece, I think. Oh, just not quite enough.
Yeah, just kind of rearranged the stones, and it did actually push it underneath that long Buck's guard.
Yeah, but with the amount it swings, I mean, you could certainly sit on that or even draw under that guard top 8 or top 4.
And I think that's what's motivating the call here by Julie.
I agree.
Just asking Pat to try to throw the draw again.
And she definitely had the weight on the last one. I think it's just figuring out the ice and the line.
This one has a lot more room.
And I think we're going to get a guard out of it. It looks like they're trying real hard just to get it past the hog line. Oh, no. It's a solid 2.
Yeah, they drug that a good distance.
Yep, well done.
We have some broom stacking from the last draw going on behind us. It's been a great crowd thus far at the Childs. A record 40 teams. And we will be giving you updates on the other sheets.
Hey, our friend Yushi is back.
Every under so. Hello, Yushi.
Always happy to have a fan, even if it's not necessarily of us. Oh, that was a peach of a shot there by the Ardsley Vice. Just chip that blue one off to the side, get it out of the middle.
Still Buck sitting the 2, so.
Yeah.
Julie electing to draw the other side.
Or even a center guard.
So, the vice skip for Bucks County is Lindsay, my partner's better half.
Better by far. Sweepers are on it.
Now they're off of it. They kind of like it now.
Yeah. I kind of like it too. I kind of like it a lot, actually.
Yeah, you're going to like that very much. It's got settled just behind the tee line, but a very nice stone.
Yeah. Again, with the amount of swing you're getting, I mean, you could still get 6 foot of curl and sit down on it, but it's still pretty well under cover.
Yep, indeed.
Mark, I'm assuming you need a beer.
This one's coming down. It's got just a little bit too much pace.
Ooh.
A solid hack weight on that draw-ish attempt. So now calling for the center line guard from Lindsay. It's a great day to be watching curling. We have the Child's Challenge, and we're also watching the Women's Worlds, where we have local curlers, Sarah and Taylor Anderson, representing the United States.
Oh, I think that's going to be a pretty good guard right up there in the middle.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep, nice shot there.
So there's no reason to tune into the Olympic channel because I can just tell you it's 1-1 USA against Denmark right now, and that's all you need to know, and you can stay with us.
And I bet you their commentary isn't nearly half as interesting.
Well, sometimes Kevin Martin can be just a little bit too polite and Canadian, what can I say?
Yeah, that's true. You get commentary dripping with maple syrup. So I believe now the Ardsley skip is going to try the same drawdown to that stone on the 8-foot.
At the Ardsley skip, Amy Constantino. And based on the chevrons on her jacket, this is at least her third year of curling.
And she's also played a cool duck. Well, sometimes it's as helpful if your fans are drunker than you are.
I do believe my low alcohol light's on right now, so. That one's a little bit too heavy, so it's going to get Julie likely to.
Just put something up there in the middle. I mean, even if you come under, it's not bad.
I like throwing the guard, though, you know, because you're sitting 1, 2, and 3 right now, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you could ever, well, I guess if you can get a biter, maybe that's optimal, but just something in that port there so she can't draw down on you, because she definitely can't get to that zone from the other way.
You can never cover everything.
No, that's true. And in 5 and under curling, you really can never cover everything.
You're always one wiki whack away from catastrophe.
You never know if you're going to go from sitting 5 to giving up 2. Julie's guard just isn't quite curling like they hoped it would. Here we go.
Here comes the fish now.
It's got that late finish.
Yeah, Pat O'Donnell right now is doing her signature divining the stone over.
Yep, it's not quite the Martha O'Connor lean, but it works. Wow, that even got by the guard.
Look at that. I mean, that went a good 5.5 feet of curl.
I'm pretty sure at least 2 feet can be dedicated to Pat's waving.
So it leaves Bucks sitting 4. Final skip stone for Ardsley, and it looks like the calls to hit and try to save under cover here and not give up a big end right off the bat.
Yeah, she's definitely making a play on that one. I mean, if she sits out in the open, Julie can just run her through. Oh, God. So, yeah, she's definitely got to hit and roll one way or the other. Shots away. I think they like the line. The question is just, is it going to curl like they hoped it would? And I think the answer to the question is just no.
No, indeed, and it still leaves Bucks sitting 3.
4.
4, rather. Sorry.
So Julie's just got to put one somewhere in the painted circle.
For a mid-full.
Yeah. I guess they're just kind of debating which way they want to come with that kind of 2 guard in an awkward spot.
I think you throw the same rock you just did, but
yeah, I mean, you just throw the inter and you cut right by it a second ago. Take the same ice, throw the same weight, a little heavy, maybe you run into your own blue, but
this looks like a little bit more ice, and now we've considering a tap. I don't think you just want to draw, but
yeah.
The other thing you could do, partner, is come with the out turn.
Right.
And you got, Broadway to go to.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't mind that either. Yeah, I think you just kind of have to pick a turn and commit to it. But I think, I mean, that guard's in such a position you really could go either way. Just whatever you feel more comfortable with the curl on. The sweepers are they're a little unsure about the weight. I think they want to go.
Yeah, that is definitely Pat's I want to sweep face.
Yeah. I think they're going to get it there.
I think they got to go to get past this red one, though.
Oh, no.
You got to hurry. And you're going to get just enough of it. And there you go.
That's 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's going to be a good way to start your day.
Yeah. It's better than Wheaties. No, I don't think they're going to shake up yet.
So after one is 5-0 Bucks County Curling Club, which means that the hammer will go over to Amy Costantino and the Ardsley rink. Our house in the middle of our sheet.
And while we're waiting for first rocks on sheet B, we can give you a score update on sheet C. The Potomac versus Philadelphia game, Alessi and Kesak. Alessi from Potomac took a 2 spot in the first end, and they currently lead Philadelphia 2-0.
That's a good start for Christine.
Yeah. We have the Chesapeake rink scored on sheet A against Nutmeg, but they haven't hung the score yet, so we're not sure what it is.
And we're going to have a measure on sheet D. We see CrossFit Yield Cardamone getting the measuring device.
I'm sorry, Nutmeg scored on sheet A, but they still haven't hung the score.
So the center guard does trickle into the 12-foot. Next shot coming in from Ardsley, and it looks to be just a draw down to the 4-foot underneath the Buckstone.
Yeah, it looks like it might have a little bit more weight than they're hoping for. I'm guessing the ice is just starting a little fast.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little, maybe just a touch slow with the first rack, but we've been seeing pretty consistent 25 and a half second ice right now.
And Nutmeg did score 1 on sheet A, so they lead 1-0 after 1.
And they're still measuring on sheet D. So second stone from Allison Ebner now. Allison is one of the most avid Hansen fans that you will ever meet.
And not even just at the club, ever. It's a thing.
Yeah, people have asked her to go to Bonspiels, and she looks at her calendar and says, no, Hansen concert.
But she did put up a heck of a center line guard right there, so.
Bop, that's a guard bop.
Too bad this is safe for posterity. Someone might ever hear that again. Hey, we're up to 24 followers. Look at that.
Spread it out on social media. We were over 40 on Friday at one point. This is our first Bonspiel using our streaming equipment. Want to thank our engineer, technical advisor, equipment provider, and all-around great guy, Ian Alexander, who was with you for some of the evening last night.
Even when he was here, he was only with you for some of the evening. And the result of the measure, Long Island did get 1 over on sheet D, so they currently lead the Bucks rink 1-0.
First stone from Pat O'Donnell coming down. That call it to draw underneath their own.
Once again, Bucks ice.
It is moving.
But that's going to hang around, actually.
Not bad at all.
No.
It's the back of the forefoot, so you have a couple ways you could go here if you're Ardsley. Right now, you could open it up some, which is what they're planning to do.
I like that call.
Absolutely. Because it's not, you know, right now that one that's thrown by Pat O'Donnell, it's behind the tee line, is never getting any closer.
Exactly. And they don't necessarily have to score 5 this end and tie it up, but you'd like to at least get 2 and get the train rolling a little bit.
Yeah, you have an awful lot of game going, right? This stone is narrow, is going to be on their own guard.
Yeah, and then
it's going to run into the buckstone.
And put another blue one, but it's in the back of the house, so.
You got to sweep it out.
No, there is daylight. It's out. All right, Pat O'Donnell getting a second shot at the draw.
This one does appear to have a little bit more legs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about a back line to hack weight.
Still a big finish there in the end, even at that weight.
Surprisingly so. I mean, it hung out there for a while, but towards the end, it took its left. Well, Ardsley's going to make another run at this one in the top 12, I believe.
This one appears to be a lot closer to the broom, and it does have just a bit of curling to do to get there.
Yeah, but it looks like it's doing it. Actually, they might even want to sweep. Yep, there they go. I think they're going to get it pretty close to on the nose. Yep. I'd say that's a pretty good shot. Julie asking Lindsay to draw under that new redstone. Sweepers kind of want to go. They're waiting for it to curl.
Yeah, they're definitely waiting for the line, and that's what Julie had them waiting for.
Yeah. Now, here it comes. It's making a big swing.
And the weight appears to be pretty good with some sweeping. They might be able to get this under.
I think it's just going to be a 3-guard.
Yes.
But still, not in a bad spot at all.
No, not bad, because it's on the way that the path that your opponent wants.
Yeah.
So that it will make Ardsley throw the tap on their own rack. Now, I think I kind of would like coming around the other way right now, just throwing the an out turn drill.
Yeah, maybe save the tap for later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Oh, this one's curling a bit. I think it's going to catch the guard. I think it's going to catch a whole lot of the guard, actually.
Yep, it is all over that, so.
All right.
Score update from the World Championships there. United States now 3-1 over Denmark, so no reason to be watching that. So just stay right here with us.
Yep, again, much more interesting. We thank the 29 folks that decided to forego the matinee at the local movie theater and check us out.
So you can take those junior mitts you're planning to smuggle in and enjoy them with a nice, refreshing mint julep.
They're much tastier when you don't have to cram them down your pants first. All right. Didn't quite get under, but I think it's in a pretty good spot. It makes that tap much more difficult.
Yeah, so right now, this is something that we've seen a lot through the weekend, that we tend to, a lot of ends seem to focus on one side of the sheet and the other side gets, well, neglected and left there. It seems like the easier ask right now to draw the other way. So this is coming down with hack weight-ish.
Well, it's definitely going to catch a Bucks rock. The question is to what effect.
Yeah, it's going to catch a whole lot of... Oh, okay. Well, jiggled them around, and it put Ardsley to second shot.
Well, they were second shot anyway.
And another second shot open. Both draw paths are now available.
Yeah, and Julie's still sticking with that right side.
Yep. And if I'm Ardsley, I'm probably saying, go ahead, stick with that side. I'm going to throw a little hack weight shot.
Yeah, with the amount that swings, you could certainly get down to that.
Yep, a hack weight shot down as you're looking at it on the web stream, the right side.
Yep. Oh, right. Are we playing in reverse?
Yeah, well, they turned off our monitor here, so we're just looking off my phone. Apparently the people in the warm room want to watch World Schmerlds.
Yeah, really. Just because two people are from Philadelphia. I mean, gosh.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, we got the draw. They're going early for weight. I think this is looking pretty good.
Well, they got to keep it moving for sure, because here comes the break. Yep. So you got to go hard. They are hurrying.
I think if the weight's there, oh, no, they're all over that second guard. She was just a touch light.
Absolutely. And I think that the play is going to come over to the other side of the sheet now.
I think it has to. I mean, that port's there, but not by much. I think Amy's right. I think Ardsley's just looking for a little jostle on that back blue stone, and then they'd be sitting two.
So it's Philadelphia roast pork for dinner tonight. Roast pork and spinach and broccoli rabe and sharp provolone.
I did see that on the menu. I got a little excited, I'm not going to lie. I'm assuming there's a vegetarian option as well.
Yeah, I hear they're going to have something. They're going to put a little bowl of kibble out for me and Lindsay.
And Lindsay, yeah, that's fair. Got to get that vegetarian kibble. Well, they're going early on this shot, but it's cutting hard now. Do they get it by the guard or not is the question.
Are they going to raise their own in?
No, they're going to, kind of, sort of.
Well, okay, so this just got a whole lot more interesting. It was a missed, not the intended shot, but now you have Ardsley lying second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, Bucks has to defend the Alamo.
Yeah, Julie has to, take that into consideration and stick a guard here.
I mean, I don't even mind if you can get one under and actually be first shot and second shot. I mean, nuts to the guard.
Oh, absolutely. The best, without hammer, the best guard is a second shot.
Yeah, and with the amount of swings and the way those guards are angled away, I mean, you could certainly curl under that kind of morass and sit there just nicely.
Yep. So Julie Stone is away, and Pat jumps it right away.
Well, which is good, because make sure that it doesn't over curl, but I think it's a little light.
Maybe you drop it and try to wick off a little bit.
I think you try and get that bounce off that top guard just a bit, which is what they're going to get.
That's a very good outcome.
That's a great shot. I don't know necessarily that heavy draw hack weight shot is there anymore. I mean, you kind of have a tick and roll, but
I think it might still be there, but it's the degree of difficulty definitely just went up a few pegs.
I mean, I think you can definitely draw in there. I just don't know that you can draw in there heavy enough to move the blue one back and get multiples. And also, they're kind of going out a little into space. So the question is it going to cut back harder or is it going to hang?
Well, we'll find out shortly. So right now it is Buck sitting the one blue stone just by the back of the 4-foot circle. We welcome Matt Pring to the live chat.
Don't die. I'm not doing this alone.
No intentions of that.
Fair enough.
We're both well pickled.
Fairly embalmed, that is for sure. I think we're playing the angle run.
I think it's just trying to get off your own, maybe. I don't know.
They're trying to angle that one in. The question is, but they didn't quite hold it out far enough. It's going to be a steal of one for Bucks. Ian, what do you mean, Ian? Jeez. So 6-0 Bucks after 2 ends. Yep, once again, no, I don't think they're going to shake after 2.
All right, yeah, so it's 6-1 after 2. We're coming to you live from the Elizabeth Childs Challenge, broadcasting from the K&J Magnetics Warm Room at the Bucks County Curling Club, located in Warminster, Pennsylvania. We're just about a half hour outside of Philadelphia, smack dab in between the Philadelphia Curling Club in Paoli and the Plainfield Curling Club, oddly enough in Plainfield, New Jersey.
It's interesting how they name these things sometimes.
We have 4 sheets of dedicated ice.
And 4 kegs of dedicated booze.
And they both go fast.
It's the Bucks way. Yes, Ian is awake, but he ain't here. And when I spoke to him, I don't know if he was where he was.
It wasn't the best commentary we've had from him all weekend.
No. All right, we've got a hang of score on sheet C. Philadelphia Kesak Rink ties it up in the second with a deuce. So now they're tied 2-2 after 2. We have a score on sheet A. I believe the Chesapeake Rink scored, but once again, they're slow and hanging, so I don't know what they scored. And sheet D is still in the second end. Long Island appears to be sitting 1 without Hammer.
Now, all these games are on a 95-minute clock. So in order to play 8 ends, you have to have delivered the last stone of the 6th end before that time expires. Otherwise, you're going to finish the end you're on and play 1 more.
Yeah, and it would appear so far that sheets A, B, and C are on pace to play 8 ends. Sheet D is going to have to pick it up just a little bit if they want to play all 8.
Yeah, they're already several rocks behind, and that's likely only the compound. So back on our game, we have a center guard up about halfway and a draw to the side of the 4-foot. So no real obstructions for Ardsley here, and they're just going to come underneath themselves.
I almost like coming the other way and trying to use that blue one for backing, to be fair.
I don't mind that one a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Ardsley at this point, you just kind of have to stop the bleeding, get something in there, and score a point. All right, that'll stop in the back gate. That could come in handy in a moment.
So, Julie asking Pat to throw essentially a guard, but in the 12-foot or 8-foot's okay as well.
I dig that call.
Oh, well, right on it. Means I think it might be just a little bit narrow, maybe a little bit light. Line looks good. Okay.
The line does look pretty good. I think weight's going to be, well, I think weight's going to be a little light. They had to let it curl in a little bit. I think we're going to end up with about a 2 guard as long as it hopefully doesn't over curl.
Need to stop sweeping that.
I think it's already gone. They're just trying to drag it in at this point. Wow. I mean, that really curled.
Well, we've been seeing that all weekend. It's been a pretty consistent theme that we've had 5 feet of curl in both directions, maybe a little bit more from the outside in, the inside out, but not so much that it's tremendously noticeable. Really fun ice to play on.
Well, Ardsley chasing that one in the forefoot. I do believe they're going to get it.
They got to go.
They're going to touch it and get a bit of roll.
That's a good shot there from Ardsley.
Well done.
Rolled out in the open. So playing the scoreboard here, it's going to be a hit from Pet.
Yep, good chance. I mean, there's a possibility there for a double as well, but at least as long as you can get rid of one of them, it doesn't matter. Stones away. Oh.
I think they got to get up.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, going to get the one. Are we going to get the double? You're going to slash it? No, you're just going to get the one.
Yeah. Just needed to come over a little bit longer, or a little bit more. Would have gotten the deuce, but that's a great shot from Pat.
Absolutely.
I don't know who's playing shorties, but that's okay. Long Island stole one in the second over on sheet D against the other Bucks rink, so they're currently up 2-0 after 2. I believe the call was a draw for Ardsley on sheet B, but it looks like they're going to get a guard out of it on that back stone.
Yeah, I mean, you can still see it's about 3/4 exposed. Looking at it, we are directly behind the hack. So,
yeah. But Julie's calling the draw into the guard anyway. So
I don't mind that.
No, not at all. Oh, the sweepers want to go on this right away.
It's got some room to curl.
Well, weight might not be that bad.
Yeah, weight's okay. Pat feels happy.
Yeah.
She needs to start dividing it over, though.
I think weight's going to be pretty good. I just don't know that it's quite going to curl as much as they wanted. But still, I mean, that's a great spot.
It comes down to Sit's second shot, so it's still Ardsley sitting the shot stone.
And you know it's okay, because now they're going to hit it. Or try to, anyway.
I didn't see the weight call, but that's a lot of ice.
Well, she's calling a hit. So either she's expecting swing or her to throw narrow.
And I think he got the latter, but sometimes the skip will.
Well, actually, I think they need to let this go. They definitely don't want to catch too little of it, because then it's going to roll right across to their own, sitting in the back.
Oh, and
all right.
Just enough.
That'll do.
Now, we always teach people not to chase stones behind the tee line, but I don't know. Would you ever take a shot at that red right now?
I would. Why not? Playing the scoreboard, you're up 6-0. I mean, just get rid of red stones that are in the house. Who cares? I don't mind it. And even if you peel that guard and open it up to make it a little easier on the next shot, I don't mind that at all. I mean, certainly if she pins this draw right behind the guards, I think that's perfect, but
it's on its way, and it appears to have plenty of steam. It's also quite handle-ish.
Yeah. I think that's just going to track. All right.
And by handle, for those of you watching who may not know so much about curling, we're talking about the amount of rotation that you apply to the stone. Now, ideally, you want to have between 3 and 5 rotations the entire length of the ice to give you a nice, predictable curl. If you throw it with a lot of handle, it kind of behaves like a top and just will track dead straight.
And apparently the YouTube commentators agree with us, but since there's a lag time, I have no idea what we said that they like. So I'll just pretend it's everything.
All day.
All day.
So this draw, they're bringing it down, and
That second shot.
it does definitely appear so.
I like just getting rid of it. Even if he knows it and you sit right there, then you got something you can tap, or you can roll under, or just get rid of a red rock because you're up by 6.
Yep.
Skip's lining up for the takeout. And we're off. A bit outside.
Looks to be about a control weight. Normal down.
Yeah.
And Pat's doing a pat, but I don't think any amount of that's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little outside and just didn't quite come back.
So where do you go right now if you're Ardsley to really try to ratchet up the pressure, Chris?
Oh, I mean, I think you just draw another one in. I mean, you can tap that red one, you can draw right in that port and get underneath. I mean, just put another stone in the house. Because I think even if you kind of catch that red one a little bit to the side and roll under, I mean, you split them both your shot. I mean, sitting 3, when the other team's just throwing its last Skip's rocks, I mean, that's a little bit of pressure just to try and hit something or draw.
Yep, and Jeannie Moylan asked WWPD what would Pring do, so let's go to Matt Pring. I would just throw another one in there and make sure they cannot get another rock in there. I want to score at least 3 this end.
Well, to be fair, Matt, would you be down 6-0 at this point?
No way. I mean, that would never happen. I would have eliminated some stones that would not have happened. I mean, but I do need people to make shots for me, too. Thanks for joining us, Matt.
It's always good to have guest commentary. You just never know who's going to pop by the mic sometimes.
Absolutely.
A couple of blue rocks from sheet A kind of skittered over, and I think the Bucks team thought about trying to put them in the house, but they gave them right back. I think this is going to be a pretty good draw for Ardsley. If they would just sweep it a little bit.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're there for sure. Okay, there it is.
Just enough.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, Julie's got that double. You hit that right one enough. I mean, you could see them both. But at this point, you just got to make red rocks go away. I don't know what they're looking at that back one for. Just hit red rocks.
Well, yeah, she's thinking of drawing the 4-foot.
Oh, I mean, if you can guarantee you can pulverize in the 4-foot, I think that's a fabulous shot. But if you're not 100% positive you're going to make it, I think you're into damage control mode at this point. Cut them down. At least get rid of something.
I mean, I like to draw the 4-foot. I can do that all day.
Well, true. I mean, I think I would just throw pretty up weight right in between those 2 red rocks, make them both go away. At most, you give up a deuce at that point. And even if you catch one, you give up 3. You're still up by 3 in the 4th end. I mean, it's not a bad spot to be.
Yeah, right now I think you as a last rock thrower, you want to have that back, draw the 4-foot in your pocket and be able to make it all the time. But I think that a nice higher percentage shot right now is, I'm going to agree with you.
Well, especially since her last shot was just a hit.
Yep.
I mean, if she had been drawing, I would agree with you, but...
Yeah, just hit some red stuff.
Yeah, make some bad stones go away. They seem to really be debating this draw, though. They want to sit back. They want to get around that red guard and sit on that back red one. All right.
I mean, tell him, Chris.
My wife is going to hear this later. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, so they're settling in on the drill underneath. So, and Pat's shaking her head here a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're all kind of concerned. I mean, especially, I mean, it swings a lot. The guard's to the wrong side of that back stone, raising your odds of crashing.
And Pat's really good. She kind of, she has some skipping experience herself. It's not her preferred position. Her preferred position is play front end. But she kind of will interject strategy-wise when she feels like it's a good time.
Yeah.
It's almost like she treats strategy almost like the NFL. She has a challenge available to her. And if correct, she's awarded an additional challenge.
I agree. And I think at this point, they just kind of need to make a shot call because time's also winding down on the clock.
Oh, yeah, you're spending a lot of time here, and we are on the clock. Back of the Worlds. In the fifth end, it's the United States with Sanderson and Tanderson with a 4-1 lead over Denmark. Canada just took 2 against Korea, so Canada has a 2-1 lead. Chelsea Carey wearing the maple leaf, having just won the Scotties.
I think they're, I don't know if they're audibling on sheet B or not. Oh, I think they're making a play on that red one just from the inside out now.
The red one on the back, it looks like. Now, if you do that and roll correctly, you'll be shot stone.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
The triple is available from the front. I mean, we don't have telestrating here yet, but just act like you're on TSN and watch all kinds of arrows go up, and that one goes into that one, and yada, 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 and they're all gone.
Yep. I guess while we're waiting for this, on sheet A, we have a score update. Chesapeake stole 1 in the second, so they're currently up 2-1 after 3. Bit of a barn burner going on over there. And then on sheet C, we have Philadelphia and Potomac. Potomac took 1 in the second, or in the third, excuse me, they were forced. So they currently lead 3-2 after 3.
And back our game right now, the shot's on its way. It's coming down with about a control weight. They're on it really hard. They had to get past the guard.
They're past the guard.
They're past the guard, and now they're up. Will they get the right roll? You got to roll it over. Got to roll it over. Will it stay? It does indeed.
What
a nice shot, and
wow.
It will be Bucks County sitting the shot stone on the back of the 8-foot.
I think that's a pretty good spot. I mean, that side does swing, so you can get at it with even down weight.
Oh, absolutely. But, you know, it's a...
I mean, it's... Again, you know, it's the Ardsley Skip's got to make the shot. That was a heck of a throw by Julie.
No, and, you know, it's, you know, it can be very difficult to change your initial call. And so often, I'm happy that she went back down to the other side of the sheet.
I agree.
And went through and called the shot normally so she could come back and have a normal pre-shot routine.
And that was a very good team shot. They all came together. They decided this is what we're going to do, and I think they made a very good call. And now Ardsley's playing the tap. They're not going to chase that back blue rock. They're actually just going to, I would assume, try and promote one of theirs far enough to knock it backwards, but at least knock it into to be shot.
I would be inclined to take a chance right now.
Down by 6 in the third, I would chase that blue one all day, but...
Yeah, because, you know, 6-1, 6-0, 7-0, potato.
Exactly. I mean, even if you chip it out and roll, 6-2 is better than 6-1. Now they can't quite throw the same shot. Julie actually rolled relatively well under cover.
And you'd be throwing the other turn, so it's not like you went to school on that shot.
Yeah, it would have to be a bit of a soft call or a soft weight shot.
Okay, so I like the weight for this. This appears to be like a hackish back line. It's all about catching the angle right.
And they might. Well,
oh no, they needed to sweep that to burn some of the weight off. And will be a steal 1 for Bucks County.
Yep.
Making the score 7-0 after 3 ends of play.
And Bucks County has scored over on sheet D as well. So after 3 ends, they're currently down 2-1.
So starting off the fourth then, asking Allison Ebner to throw the guard.
I think that's going to be a pretty fine guard. Right in the middle of our sheet.
It's going to be really tight and just nibble the top. But if you're Ardsley, you can't really afford to chase that. Yeah, you're going to see that it's on, but you need stones in play. You need some guards. And we are calling to drill under here. Shot comes down. It's going to tap the Bucks rock in a little bit and remain as a guard. Now, important note that that is outside the ring, so it is in the free guard zone. If you don't know so much about curling, the free guard zone is any stone that is outside of the house, that is the painted rings, for the first 5 stones cannot be removed until the 6th rock. You cannot remove the opponent's guard. This is useful in that you can use them as intentional blockers and ways and stones that you can hide behind and try to build it in, so you score multiple points in an end. The free guard zone came into being first with the Monckton rule was a three rock stone free guard zone. Then it was revised later to the 4 rocks, and now a 5 rock rule. And just like any other sport, curling tries to generate some offense. So a takeout called here by Ardsley. And it's going to just graze her own and split them on, so does not remove the Buck stone, but it does make their rocks sit 2nd and 3rd.
What'd I miss?
We threw some stones and they went around.
Cool. So it looks like Bucks is sitting 1.
Yeah, I gave you the history of the free guard zone, and
Oh, nice.
I was going to go to Brent for some commentary on it, but
He was there when it was invented.
he did first. Brent, when did the Monckton rule come about? Hold on, Brent. Here you go, Brent.
Mid-90s sometime. I can't remember right offhand. I'm old. 90s.
So sometime in the 90s.
97, 98, 4 rocks, 10 years, 2004.
So prior to that, Brent, you know, without the free guard zone, how did the game, how was the game different?
They threw a draw. The first team threw a draw, and then they played every other rock with a takeout for every end.
Was that really enjoyable or just boring as hell?
It was enjoyable for the teams. It wasn't really fun to watch.
So
you got really good at throwing the intern peel. I can't do it now, of course, but
Nice shot by Ardsley. Now they're sitting 3.
that's it.
All right, cool. Thank you, Brent.
You betcha.
Oh, you didn't miss much. All right, Pat O'Donnell now chasing the stone on the button. Oh, I think this is going to be pretty good. This is curling right towards the nose.
That looks nice. It's going to
That looks great.
Come up a little bit, and you might even get under cover if you're lucky.
No, that's perfect. Nice shot by Pat.
Good shot, Pat. Are we allowed to call our Patty on St. Patty's Day?
I don't know. That's up to Mark. He's the only one I know who calls her Patty. And I assume it annoys her, so I don't.
Oh, yes, I know better than to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, this will be live on the internet for the rest of our lives, so, you know, people can hear it and find out what we said.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that. Rewinding the tape.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh. Wow. I mean, that's a heck of a shot there.
Yeah, just as good as the shot was from Bucks. That is fantastically better because you made the hit and you rolled underneath the staggered guards.
Yep. Yeah, now you have nothing to sit on and nothing to hit. It's a cold draw now.
Well, the other option you can do right now is to rip that guard in the side and reclaim access to the shot stones.
I actually kind of like that. I mean, worst case scenario, you can even remove one of those red rocks. And again, if you're up 7-0.
Okay, so we had some research done on the internet, and it was January 1990 when the Mockton rule was adopted. So Brent was pretty much right on in there.
Oh, keep curling, guard. Keep curling. Keep curling. All right, nice shot there. That's undercover. A little deep, but definitely undercover.
It's going to be the second stone.
That's a heck of a draw right there. Great shot.
Absolutely. So now the call is to draw under and follow it down. For Rachel, the vice skip.
Somebody's doing a cowbell for some reason.
Now we had a very nice draw by Potomac on sheet A, and about half a dozen. Chesapeake. You are correct. About half a dozen Chesapeake members have made the drive up from Eastern Maryland. So happy to have them here. And here at the Bucks County Curling Club in the K&J Magnetics Warmer Room, we do have a good amount of spectator seating. We have tiered stadium seating, 3 levels.
We have tiered stadium viewers as well. People are here all throughout.
No, it is crowded, but not crowded. If that makes sense.
There's so much room for activities.
I mean, there are a good 45, 50 people watching curling right now in the seating area. We have full broom stacking tables, good number of people at the bar, and there's still plenty of room to move around. So we are really blessed and happy to have been able to get this renovation done so nicely.
Yep. So even though that draw under was a little short, I think that's a pretty good guard spot for them, because now I don't know that you can necessarily draw down to their back blue one, and it's going to preserve at least second shot for them.
They are going to take a run at it, though.
I think with that weight, it's just not going to curl quite as much as they want. It's going to kind of track on by, I believe.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I think Julie's going to get a chance to put one under as well. Just something top of the house. Maybe, you know, top 8 or so, maybe touching 4.
No, I like that. I 100% like that.
Yeah, because with the way it swings, I mean, you can definitely get top 4 and still be undercover.
So that's a call. The broom is down. Lindsay has it down for her skip, Julie.
I was going to ask you if you guys need it. Oh, no, I got my double. I'm good.
I love a warm room that takes care of their broadcasters.
To be fair, that is my father-in-law.
He might slip something in your drink.
Yeah, you never know. Depends on how much he likes me. All right, we have the draw from Julie.
We can't make any mother-in-law jokes either, can we?
No, we cannot. Oh, the line's great. Oh, it's cutting a little bit,
yeah, it's
though.
going to over curl, but you might be able to make it good with a little wick.
Wow, another great shot over on sheet A.
They are trading shots right now between Chesapeake and Nutmeg.
So even though that crashed on the guard, I still really like where it ended up.
No, it ended up in a fantastic spot. You got a little roll there.
Yep. I mean, it blocks the draw for Ardsley to really get under there, and it's a nice tap for you that you don't really have to go that far.
At Worlds, after 5 ends, it's 4-3 United States over Denmark. They are, of course, playing a 10-end game there. So the broom is down right now. It looks like they're going to try to get around everything. It's
you
definitely there.
Can. Oh, absolutely. Well, we have claps for the Philly rink over on sheet C.
Yep.
Looks like they're sitting both of them on the button.
We have signs. There are so many signs.
I saw the signs.
Brought by Julie Tim, watching with Kim Cooper, Mike Glessner, and Sean Boyle.
Yep. It's a regular who's who of who.
And we have J.R. Groh in the house from Potomac. Drive up from Laurel, Maryland. So some destination curling this weekend.
Oh, well, no, I don't think you want to sweep that.
That looks a skosh heavy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It is a draw to the hack.
Oh, and ultimately, looks like Chesapeake got 3 over on sheet A.
So that's going to put that to a 5-1 score in favor of Chesapeake. So Julie just covering this up here?
I'm not sure if she's trying to cover up the draw or actually throw a draw of her own.
Well, no harm in throwing the draw for sure.
No, if anything, if you're light, you're just a guard in the way. I don't mind either. I mean, at this point, you really don't have to press for the steal. You're up by 7, giving up 1 is fine. She's got good curl if she's got the weight. Wow,
this looks really good.
Just got to keep going. Got to keep going. Keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Wow.
That is a nice draw right there, right to the forefoot.
And that, I don't know how you deal with that. If you're Ardsley at this point, I mean, that's edge to edge covered.
Yeah, I mean, you can draw the forefoot yourself, catch the side of the forefoot. You can throw an in off your own to try to score 2. There is a danger of the bluestone jamming on your own red if you were to attempt that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think with the amount of swings, I don't know if the draw might not be there. It might just curl too much.
And looking at the right side of the sheet in the web stream, you might be able to drive the blue into your red and throw a weird angle that way. Yeah.
No.
I don't want to throw it.
You don't want to do that. I think your options are either draw or that in off, and I think she's elected to try and draw for 1.
Oh, the in off that's tough.
It's not like the draw is much easier.
Oh, they both suck.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
It looks like the live stream likes the tap up.
The blue-red.
That might be a little bit of an easier shot to execute than this, maybe just to at least score 1, but we're coming down and a good amount of weight, so this is definitely not a draw.
No.
Just trying to pick it. Oh, Rex in the first one, second one. rolling towards it, but no.
Steal a one by Bucks.
And this game is quickly getting out of hand.
Yeah.
So it's 8-0 after 4. But still half the game left, Chris, and just as quickly as you gave up 8 points, you could score 8 points.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it took them half a game to score 8. The other team has half a game to score another 8, so you really never know. But I think with the way this Bucks team is curling, it's going to be very difficult for Ardsley to climb back into this one.
No, they do seem to be on their game today.
Yep, they're all 4 of them curling very well.
And that's not just us being homers.
I mean, to be fair, we are, but no, that's not just that.
Yeah, we certainly are.
Yeah, yeah. And that's not to take anything away from the Ardsley rink. They're not to say that they're curling poorly. It's just that the Bucks team just seems they've found their game. I can't believe it's only 4 o'clock.
Well, you know, time doesn't go so quickly when you're trapped inside a wheelchair lift.
No, that's true. I did spend time in the wheelchair lift. And no, this is the C event.
We have A event games coming up, I believe, with our next draw.
Yes, because I believe after this is the scrape, and then we have A event draws.
So it will be the semifinals coming up. It will be on A and C.
I believe the other 2 sheets are the D event semis, no?
I do believe you're correct.
Or the D event quarters, something? I don't know.
There's something like that.
Yeah.
But because our final A event final will be 1 o'clock on tomorrow, Sunday, and it will be on sheet B. So you can't play the semifinal on that sheet just for draw purposes.
He said plaque, Mark. He said plaque. Update score from sheet C. The Philadelphia rink posted a 3 spot in the 4th end, so now they currently lead 5-3 halfway through that game. Just a reminder, it is 5-1 Chesapeake over Nutmeg on sheet A, and
they're still playing the 4th. Well, no, are they in the 5th end now?
Everybody's in the 5th end.
Yeah.
And I believe it looks like Long Island scored on sheet D in the 4th end, but I can't tell to what extent because they haven't hung it yet. I don't believe we're set up to live stream the scrape. I think this shuts off after the draw's over.
Yeah, we're trying to, the videos are being archived, unfortunately.
Definitely unfortunately. No, Pat throwing the draw. Here it starts to come back. It's got pretty good weight. As long as it curls, this might get undercover.
And they're trying to sweep it right now for that very reason, to get that finish.
And it is. That's a great draw by Pat O'Donnell.
Absolutely, that's right there in front of the tee line on the 4-foot.
Buried.
Dead buried for sure.
Well, the old follow it down by the Ardsley skip.
I like this at this point, but at some point you're going to deal with the guard there.
Yeah, you kind of do. I would rather deal with it now, to be honest with you.
A couple ways to look at this. You know, by throwing the draw now, it kind of allows you to maybe try to pre-assemble yourself a larger end. And then you do something to execute it in the end.
I guess, yeah, fair. But the problem is, I mean, well, she's on the guard now.
Okay, so that served to promote their own stone up a little bit, move the guard out of the way, and it does expose the shot stone. You see about 7/8 of it.
Yeah, you can kind of come at it from an inside-out angle.
Applause for something. I couldn't figure it out. All I saw was somebody's knee on the ice.
I don't know. All I heard was applause.
So that rock came down from Pat O'Donnell of Pride at Croydon in Levittown, representing the 19057. So still the $1 shots done.
And now they're going to guard it up. If you're up by 8, no reason to be greedy.
Yeah, you don't want to do their work for you.
No, no, no.
That appears to be on the red.
Yeah, but I think it's actually going to work out just fine. Roll over, just staggers him right out.
Yep.
That's a great shot.
So right now, Amy's trying to figure out what, if anything, they can see of the Bucks County stones.
I don't know. I mean, you can see that one kind of on the center line in the 12-foot, but I think even to hit it, you'd jam your own.
There we go. He's calling to run back their own stone into something. Taking a lot of ice again, but I think this is just an issue where the skip knows where the thrower is going to put it.
I think you might be onto something there, Dave.
I think you have to get off of this one, though. Got to work some. Oh, okay. It does remove $1 stone from play.
Yeah, all right. That's a fair outcome.
Second vice rack away from Lindsay.
Yep. Here we go, coming back. Ardsley's going to play the hit and roll, or are they drawing? I think it's a hit and roll.
It does appear to be the call, hit and roll. It's going to be quite the roll.
Oh, it's just kind of a bit out in space, I think.
Yep. Sarah has everybody's favorite Bucks County member, Brent Larson, dressed up in some lovely green St. Patty's Day glasses with a about 12-inch button saying "Let the shenanigans begin," which is one of his 17 required pieces of flair. At this point, you're almost saying, I don't even know where to put one.
Yeah, I mean, you could throw a guard, you could draw under. I mean, it's kind of 6 and 1/2 dozen the other, I think.
Suppose a good shot would be to remove the Redstone sitting at about a 2-guard position.
Yeah, but that's fraught with peril. I mean, you run that right back into your blue, and next thing you know, they're sitting 2. I mean, if anything, I'm sitting in front of it or I'm sitting behind it. I'm not trying to take it out.
I do tend to agree with you there.
I like behind it only because maybe you could also kind of block that in off, but if they can throw the in off, they can throw the in off. It just happens. Apparently the peanut gallery wants a guard.
Well, it's definitely a nut gallery.
That's true.
It needs to curl, and Pat is doing her best to divine it over, and here it comes.
I'd say that's a pretty good spot to put that shot.
Not bad at all.
I mean, it's edge to edge. You can't really hit and roll under with it.
Yep.
And I think it also, well, it doesn't block the other hit and roll, but it definitely blocks the draw, that's for sure.
So it looks like the call here is to raise her own red in.
Yeah, I mean, other than that,
I don't see too much else.
no, I mean, that's a good way to be sitting 2 if you can just run it back. And it's relatively straight, so that's nice.
Yeah, just a touch off nose
Yep.
to the outside of it.
Obviously, easy for us to say sitting here in the warm room. We don't have to throw the damn thing.
Yeah. I just made this shot 7 times in my head.
Yep. And I think I've made it 7 times in my curling career after attempting it several hundred.
And welcome to the live chat, our colleague, Mr. Ian Alexander. Good morning.
I believe he's awake, which is more than you can say from when he was doing commentary.
So it's going to be in off your own here. Oh, had it not been for that first little wick, might have had a better chance.
Maybe, yeah.
Update on sheet A, it was a steal of 1 for Chesapeake, and they continue to tick away at Nutmeg.
We have Hammer over on sheet C right now. The Potomac rink drawing against, I think, one, maybe two. Risking giving up another steal to Philadelphia. She's basically got to put it full 4.
And Bucks County is looking at Hammer on sheet D, and they appear to be facing 3 Long Island Stones, pardon me. And 4th stone thrower Jill Cardamone is going to have to throw a nice draw down to the 4-foot to salvage a 1.
The guard is away on sheet B. Now they're sweeping it.
Over on D, it appears it was just a little bit wide from Jill.
Yeah, but I'm guessing they only gave up 1.
They're taking a good look. We'll see what they hang for a score and let you know.
Yeah.
Steal 1 for Philadelphia on sheet C.
Yeah, that's now 5-2-3 after 5 ends. So sheets A and C look like they're on pace to be able to play 8 ends. B and D are going to need a little bit of help, especially sheet B, now that they're standing around and discussing the shot. But then again, sheet B may probably not go to 8 ends regardless.
Well, yeah, C is a little tight because the clock is at 14:30 right now, and he just started throwing.
Sure.
So that's going to be tough, but A looks pretty good for it. Once again, that score may not allow it. And D will be hard-pressed.
Yeah, D's going to have to pick it up just a little bit if they want to play 8. And they did, in fact, give up a steal of 1 to Long Island, so it's currently 4-1 after 4 ends over there. And with the Ardsley team debating this final shot on sheet B, they're definitely not going to play 8 ends. But
that's for sure.
This is a very important shot. I mean, if you can run it back in and maybe get a couple, keeps you in the game. If you can't, you know, you're not looking at 8 ends anyway.
I kind of think you have to chip the one that's on the side of your own. That's on the right-hand side as we're looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if you can really chip that one and get it at the blue one with enough weight. Although, to be fair, I mean, there's really no good way to go at it.
You might be able to throw the in-turn on the red that's about a 2 guard.
Yeah, maybe.
So anyway, here comes the final stone from Amy Constantino.
Well, she's definitely inside of it. Let's see what happens.
Can you rattle through?
No.
It tried to, but it will be another one.
It's 9-0 Bucks after 5. Well, we're throwing them back.
They got to come down this way anyway, Chris.
I don't disagree, and you never know. It's 5 and under curling. Anything's possible. Sheet C score update. It is 6-3 in favor of Philadelphia after 5 ends, and Philadelphia is currently sitting 1, but they're still on Leeds Rocks, so anything can happen. And just like that, something did happen. Now Potomac is sitting 1. Actually, no, they rolled out. Never mind.
Yeah, it's gone.
So if trends continue on sheet C, we'll have a blank end, but there's still 10 more stones to be thrown, so I'm sure one of them will stay in the house.
Chris, I'm not sure that we've had a blank end yet.
We haven't had one that I've seen, and I've seen several.
When I thought of blank partner, you're the first guy I thought of.
Wait, what?
When I thought of blank, the first guy I thought of was you.
I haven't had that surgery, but thanks for offering.
So first rock from Bucks County was through the house. Now a corner guard coming down for Ardsley. Had to put some rocks in play to try to give yourself.
Well, we have a trading of brooms.
You want a corned beef sandwich? You want corned beef sandwiches?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Would you like something? I don't even know if they have it.
Where? Oh.
But you're good, Dan.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
The draw comes in from Bucks. Could have just as easily turned that one through.
Oh, and the call from Ardsley is to take it out.
A lot of times you'd see a lot of draws thrown at this point to try to populate the house.
Rocks in play are your friend.
They are.
Well, there goes the Bucks rock. Nice shot. Yep, and the same call for Pat O'Donnell. Get rid of the red one.
Visine shot, get the red out.
Yep. Make the bad stone go away. And I think with the curl we have on the sheet, got a sweep, I think. It's going to cut hard.
Yeah, you had to go there.
Yeah. I think they're going to, well, they're definitely going to get it. Oh, maybe not.
I don't think so, Tim.
No. Tim.
It's a home improvement reference there.
You Al Borland to me.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. You don't see that coming very often. Anyway.
So Gene, the second from Ardsley with this stone. Playing a little draw, tap, raise, split deal.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of weight, but I think it's going to actually really work out well for them.
That's nice. You brought it
That's
up.
great. Rolled right under the guard. Well done. Going to be a pretty good takeout from Pat. Get it. Roll out of the way. Just roll out of the way. Nice shot. I mean, at this point, if you're Bucks, you probably don't care if you even give up 2 or 3. What difference does it make?
Let's go to our third man in the booth, Brent Larson. So, Brent, what would you do here?
You know, you put another one in. I mean, it's not so big a deal. You throw one in, maybe you get it under cover, you keep on piling them in, and who knows what's going to happen. If not, you just go drink a beer.
Thanks, Brent. We appreciate the commentary. A little bit of heat there from the Ardsley second. up to 30 people. Look at us.
Holy heck.
The cable must be out or something. People are stuck watching on the internet. They don't just stumbling across us on YouTube.
Share the feed on social media. Maybe we can be trending. Ooh.
Oh. I never thought if I was trending it would be for a good thing. Well, that'll work. Nice shot.
Yes, I'm pretty sure if I'm ever trending on Google or whatever, I'm going to require your services, counselor.
And no, I'm not doing a Lindsay impersonation. You don't have that kind of money.
But I'm not doing one either.
Yushi's watching on 2 devices. Don't ruin our thunder, man. To be fair, we're watching ourselves, so really it's only 28. We're just trying to pad our numbers, make ourselves seem self-important.
A lot of rocks in play on sheet A.
I don't know if I can do a Cat 2 joke justice.
We have a lot of stones in play. And you have Nutmeg and LaRoque.
Nutmeg is sitting 1.
Yeah. No, it is Chesapeake sitting 1, I believe. It's okay.
No, Nutmeg looks full 4.
Okay.
I think Chesapeake's only 3/4 4.
Definitely trying to find a way to score a multiple here,
Yeah, I would agree.
because everybody enjoys that.
Who doesn't love? Never mind. I mean, I think you can actually come through that port over there on sheet A, into your blue, into the red. You could probably get a 3 out of it.
That would get you right back in the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Either way, well, they have a few minutes to throw this stone, but you want to throw this stone because if you're Nutmeg, you're going to want to play all 8 ends to get back into it.
Yeah, and actually with the way things are shaking out now, I mean, everybody seems to have picked up their pace this end. Everyone's in line if they're not dilly-dallying on the last couple of shots to play 8 if they want to.
What we've seen been the problem is folks just making that bell,
Yeah.
and then it gets slow.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, there's a scrape after this draw.
There is.
I shouldn't be mistaken because I'm involved. You always park it in the barn. That could be the first end. No, I think this is going to overcurl on Julie a little bit.
Yeah, and the question is, what's it going to do when we whack into all this stuff?
I think it's just going to roll over. It's going to be harmless. And actually, it's in a great spot because it really blocks that draw. And it's eminently tappable, and she's only got to move it a stone's width.
Yeah, so it is Ardsley sitting the 1.
And again, if you're Bucks at this point, who cares if you give up 1? You've got a 9-point cushion.
Definitely have to agree with that. And it was a score of 1 for Nutmeg on sheet A, so it's going to tighten that to a 6-2 game, and they have made time, so 2 more ends are available to them. So that game is definitely far from over. nice stroll of 4-foot for Philadelphia on C. Still holding a 3-point lead. They are now lane 2
Yep.
without Hammer. Christine Leslie's trying to formulate her strategy.
It's a bit of a tough double. I mean, it looks, well,
It's fun.
it's there. It's not easy, but it's there. And I mean, if you can make it, it's worth at least, it's worth, what, 3, 4? And I think if you're down by 3, you kind of have to make the play for it.
Oh, I agree with that. So Christine hustling down to get in the hack. She's got 45 seconds to throw it. Shot here by
It's
Ardsley.
just going to go right by.
Yeah, called a hit, and that obviously did not reach its intended target.
Yep. Just curled a little bit more than they expected, I think.
Sheet D with the final stone off, so that game can go 8 ends.
Yep. Hopefully Bucks gets a couple of here.
And sheet C with the last stone release, so that game gets to go 8 ends.
So the only one left, it looks like sheet B can only play 7 because there's no way they're throwing 2 rocks in 9-8 seconds.
Not safely. Christine Alessi's stone coming down, and it is going to hit and
It's a steal of 1 for Philly.
yep, roll off. It will be a steal 1 for Philly. A 4-point advantage after 6.
Yep, 7-3 after 6 ends.
And it was another score for Misty.
Oh, yep, Long Island gets 1 more. I believe they're up 5-1 now after 6.
So with the draw coming down, it looks like it might make the port. It's going to be really close to that top red. It's going to wick it, but not so bad.
No, that's a great spot. So they're leaving it Ardsley sitting 1.
Free draw for 2.
Yep. But not easy. I mean, if it overcurls, you just have one of those blues up, and next thing you know. And you're only playing 7 ends, so even 9-2 after 6. I mean, I think you're probably considering a shake. You got to score 8 in the end to win, 7 to tie.
Bondsville coordinator, committee member Ian Sheffer just went over and informed them that they are on their penultimate end.
Such vocabulary words in this broadcast.
Been a great Bondsville committee with Julie Jablowski,
Martha O'Connor,
Cassie Dragos,
and Ian Sheffer.
Combined with a great cast behind the scenes, ice crew. My partner here, Chris Mahoney's done a lot of work on it. It's been headed up by Joe Phillips. The man, the myth, the legend, the rumor.
It's 1 for Ardsley on sheet B. But I mean, you really think anyone?
Yep, and that's going to be the game.
Yep, that's shakes on sheet B.
Yep, that's the end of this game. So it will be a final of 9-1 in favor of Bucks County. So they will be moving on in the C event.
Yep. I believe now they're in the Death March tomorrow, playing at 8 a.m. to win, to play at 10 a.m. to win, to play at 1 p.m. Gosh, it's good to be in the C event, folks. But for now, it's 4:41 on Saturday, and they don't have to play for about, I don't know, what, 18 hours or so. So I believe the taps are going to start flowing.
Absolutely, plenty of time for broom stacking.
Yep, you can stack your brooms, their brooms, and someone else's brooms, and that kind of time.
So that's going to conclude our coverage for this draw. we will be back again after the scrape. What's our next draw? 5:50, I believe.
I believe it's, well, that was a 3 o'clock draw, so 3 to 5. I believe it's a 5:40 draw actually.
Okay, so 5:40.
And we'll have at least 2A. We'll have 2A event games and I believe 2D event games.
Yep. So set your clocks. Subscribe to our channel, Bucks Curling. Make sure you tap on that little gray bell to get all your notifications of every time we go live. Because why, Chris, would you want to miss this riveting broadcast?
I have no idea. I mean, gosh, I don't find me interesting, but I hope you do.
So, from the Bucks County Curling Club and the KJ Mendex Warm Room, I'm Dave Schmel, and with Chris Mahoney, you all take care.
And we'll see you in an hour.
All right, Yushi, right now it's 6-1 after 6 in favor of Ardsley on D. And playing the 7th end, and right now you have Bucks just drawing 1 stone in.